friends, welcome back to ArcNeo Reviews. Like I said in my last video on Sergeant Cup, thank you to Deanna for today's figure and that one. But today we're going to go ahead and look at the Studio Series 86 Blurr. Now, just like Cup, this is another figure that has been a bit of a point of contention. Once again, I do find myself on the side of liking the figure quite a bit. I tend to be like that, I admit. You know, even figures given to me, I'm frankly not going to accept them if I think I won't like them. I do definitely like this figure. As you can see, I already have his two accessories stored. The way they store is a little bit interesting because you actually put this little, I'm guessing, welding hand over the blaster. There's these two little tab points right there that the welding hand tabs into. And then the gun can tab in the back right here on either side, right there. Gotta get those off so you have just the little hover car mode. This thing looks really, really good in my opinion. It does have little blast effect points back here if you want to plug those in. As usual, this figure does not come with blast effects, so I'm not going to use blast effects. That's just how I am. Yeah, definitely good alt mode. Not a whole lot to go over other than how it looks. You know, clear windshield, Autobot insignia, chair, kind of a little bit of detail for inside where you would sit. No overtly obvious robot kibble besides the feet on the bottom. You know, it does what it does, and I think it does it pretty well. So let's go ahead and get this thing transformed. Transformation on this is actually pretty neat, if you ask me. Though, as usual, because it's a Studio Series, it will take me a moment to remember how it transforms. But go ahead and start here by getting the feet unpegged from these blue sections here, as well as use kind of a outward rotation motion to get this piece off. This little tab is tabbing in right there, and then this little clipping point is sliding in right there, so you want to kind of rotate up and out to undo both of those at once. But do that. Get the foot clear so you can fold these out to the side, like that. Shift this little white strut all the way up like that. Get the shoulders in place. You can already hear there's soft ratchets in the shoulders. Soft ratchets are always nice. Go ahead and come here. Fold this out of the way to expose the hand. Oh, let's see here. Rotate it around, then expose the hand, pardon me. There is this little panel here that will move out of the way to let the hand go through. So, rotate. At least on mine, it does tend to only want to go that way for the rotation. It doesn't want to rotate the other way, the best I know how to explain that. So pay attention to your figure that if it doesn't want to turn one way, try turning it the other way. Go ahead up here, fold up the chair, shift this piece down to reveal the head, and there's this little tab right there, very subtle tab that's actually locking in right here under the windshield. So once you've got that out of the way, go ahead, rotate the windshield around. We'll lock in, keep that up for a little bit. Gotta come to the bottom side here. This part can be a little bit tricky, but you have to actually open up this part of the legs so that all of this can swing down and around. Make sure those are pointing out. Split the legs from each other. Take the little back fin here, fold that in, then close the leg back up. Get the foot in place. And then go ahead, take this double hinge, shift it down, and then this tab here will slot in right there. You can see how eager it is to slot in already. And there you have Blurr in robot mode. And again, I do really, really like this figure. The head's a little off. I feel like they could have done a slightly better job there, but I will let it slide simply on the fact of he's got light piping. It is not often enough we get light piping. Sadly, I don't have any batteries for my flashlights at the moment to show it off, but he does have light piping. It works pretty well. Downside, this panel doesn't like to stay plugged in. There you go. I mentioned a bad thing about a figure for once. But yeah, overall, I really like this design. I love there's just enough white and different shades of blue to keep everything broken up here. A little bit of yellow there in the head crest. Yeah, I think this is a good figure. I know a lot of people don't like this part. That's very easy to overlook for me. You know, there's a lot of figures I really like that have some kind of sleeve kibble, basically. So, articulation-wise, this guy's pretty posable. The head, I believe this is a ball joint, though it's pretty limited, so you mostly just get the rotation out of it. Full rotation at the arms on a soft ratchet. They move out all the way. Elbow bend, elbow swivel. There is a wrist swivel as well. Just keep in mind that the sleeve kibble is attached to the wrist. There is a waist swivel if you unpeg the back piece there. Kicks forward, kicks back, does the full splits. He's got a rotation right there at the thigh. 90-degree bend at the knee. He's even got a knee filler right there, which is a nice little touch. And the feet can't move back at all, but you can tilt them forward a click or two if you want, which is a really handy feature, actually, as well as got that ankle tilt you would expect by now. So go ahead, give him his blaster so you can see. Pretty nicely done blaster, actually. They did a good job of keeping the details, like, bold enough that they don't just sink into the white plastic and, you know, fade away like some figures do. Go ahead and put the welding hand on the other side. I'm sure this is a reference to something from the cartoon other than the movie, since we see him for like all of 10 seconds in the movie. But overall, yeah, if you can get past the slightly off head sculpt and the sleeve kibble, I think this guy's pretty good. He's a lot of fun. He's pretty poseable. He's a very unique transformation, actually. At least, you know, of the figures I've gotten to deal with, he's unique. He's fun. I definitely find myself giving him a recommendation, especially if you need some kind of Blurr to fill out your, you know, classic Autobots collection. So, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.